ask y'all, because I heard it was these two white dudes, right? I listened to this other podcast, and these two other white dudes was like, oppression brings like the best out of people, right? And then I asked my wife, I was like, what kind of what would black people be if they wasn't always oppressed? If they wasn't oppressed, what would black people be? Would they just be regular people, or would they be like really creative, or would they be really innovative if they didn't have to deal with oppression?
I think we're always overly creative.
Oh, yeah.
We just have that in us. We just are creative.
But is it because of oppression, or is it because we just naturally like that?
I think we're
I
natural.
think it's natural.
Yeah, I think it don't matter where we at, what we doing. We gonna find a way to overcreate a situation.
I just saw a video on Instagram. Since everybody's been doing a lot of things virtually, this designer, he did a virtual fashion show, and it was like a 3D, so you didn't see a person, but it looked like a person.
That.
You saw that too?
Yeah.
I was like, that was so dope, and it was a black designer.
Yeah, I seen that.
All I'm seeing is everybody selling tea and detox. Everybody on this slim tea, NutriBurst. Everybody fat as hell, trying to sell me some shit. Girl, if you don't slim down a couple pounds before you try to tell me, look at his work. No, it ain't.
But I do think it's both, just depending upon, the atmosphere you're around, or, maybe your upbringing or things of that nature. So I can see it both ways, but I still feel like naturally that we are just creative.
Because I started thinking about, like, if black people wasn't oppressed, would we eat oxtails? Would we eat, like, chicken? Would we eat, like, pig, like the way we do? Like, because, and, like, even gumbo, you know what I mean? Even, like, foods like that. Will we even season our food the same way that we season it?
I mean, the oppression forced us into that type of creativity. Because hell nah, I ain't eating pig's feet, but I have been guilty in my past pork life. But I don't eat that swine no more. It's been 16 years clean, baby.
But it's all about, so you got to think about it. When you're growing up, whatever your parents cook for you or whatnot, it just, runs over into the next generation.
Right. Yeah.
So should we embrace oppression, or should we just, what should we do? Because I feel like if all the oppression has brought everything that is so good to the black community, should we embrace it, or should we just be like, nigga, no, get off our necks?
I'm torn with the embracing it part, because unfortunately all that pig ain't good for us. So it's like a lot of the stuff that creativity that we brought forth, because we had to struggle through everything, is not healthy for us. So I wouldn't necessarily say embrace it, because we do need to kind of go back on some of the things that we were taught.
I wouldn't say embrace, because a lot of times people also think that that's their normal as well. So if I think it's my normal, I don't know any differently a lot of times. So I don't think that we should embrace it, but I still think a lot of times, a lot of friends of mine that are still in Columbus and things of that nature, they've never been outside of Columbus or Ohio. So they'll see, like, on Instagram or Facebook, me in Dallas and things of that nature, and they're like, I just want to, get out this state so bad, and all this other type of stuff. I'm like, you can do it. I don't understand why you feel like you got to be confined to Columbus, and some of them are just, just scared to get out.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, even with the girl that you just mentioned, the designer who made the virtual fashion show.
Who was it?
I forgot.
I forgot the girl name, but I seen it just before I came here. If we wasn't locked down in this corona, would she even thought to even create that? You know what I mean?
True.
Because I think out of necessity, or something that you need to, it has to be some kind of a struggle, or somebody saying, oh, you can't do that, or we can't do this, in order for you to think outside the box. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I'm like you, though. I'm torn as well, because I'm like, sometimes you need that little something, somebody telling you can't do something, in order for you to, like, really think outside the box. Because sometimes we get so comfortable, you know what I mean? And then you won't really be thinking or usually because when I get stressed and when I get focused, like I be thinking about some great shit. But when I get relaxed and chill,
you comfortable. You don't have to.
Yeah,
go above and
there's no
beyond.
pressure to even come up with something new. You know what I mean?